יאללה, recording. 1 cup of water for both of us. How do I look?
You look lovely.
Woo! Woo-hoo!
You look charming.
Woo! Let's do it!
Now let's see if you can be charming.
Do it!
You can be charming?
Do it. I'm Mr. Charming. What do you mean?
You're Mr. Charming. It's Mr. Charming.
Let's do it.
Okay. We're gonna answer some questions today. We've never taken the time to do this, and so it's kind of fun, I think, to do it. For those questions that are hard to respond to.
By the way, those kids behind us, this is just prop.
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, we don't know who they are.
Where'd you come from?
Do we know?
Can we leave the door open? Yes. You just wandered in?
You're welcome here.
We'll start with the easy ones, like how we met.
Oh, what do you mean? Didn't go to, what's the place? To Paris. And, no, that wasn't us. Nope.
It was a dark and stormy night. No, we were working
Dark
on
and thundery one.
Dark and thundery. We were working on a documentary.
Yeah, that was the first time. By the way, that time that we met doesn't really count because she didn't count me. Like, she didn't really. No, she didn't.
I was all business.
I was business, but some pleasure. She's like,
No, we're here to work. Let's get the work done.
you're not fun.
So weak.
I'm very fun, actually. Very fun.
She's a lot of fun. She's super fun. She just made sure to tell me her true intention that she's not like messing around, which I liked, by the way. We worked on a project, but we had an event that this is where everything, like all the action happened. We had an event, like a lot of friends got together. In the end of that event, and then, so this is the real story of I'm gonna tell you. So the thing is that it wasn't just Patrice. It was another friend of ours. She lived in Washington Heights. So Patrice lives in 125th.
And this is back in New York City, right?
Back in New York City, but Patrice lives on 125th Street. And then our other friend, she lives in Washington Heights.
Further uptown.
Uptown. So I'm like, no, I'll take you first and then I'll drop you on the way back.
So just to clarify, he offers us a ride home. We're both living in Manhattan. We're coming from Brooklyn. He's giving us a ride home. And he's going uptown, up the FDR, for those that know. And I thought he was dropping us to the subway, but he kind of passes where he lives. And I'm like, okay, he's taking us home. But then he passes where I live. And he keeps going uptown. I'm like, taking her first. That's interesting.
Then, after we dropped our friends, I turned to Patrice and I say, hey, Patrice,
You still can't even say it.
I like you. And she goes,
Like me how?
I'm like, whew, she's a tough cookie.
You can't just kind of make that kind of
What
statement
do
and
you
not
mean?
expect to
Like,
clarify.
You cannot, because I'm completely crashed on you, but you want to stay, just in case she's not interested. So I'm like,
I believe your answer was, I like you.
oh yeah, she remembers. Whew. I like you.
Okay.
That's the smartest thing that I could say. I like you.
Well, it clarified.
Anyhow, so this is how we met.
Yeah. And I guess, and how we got together. Not just how we met, but then how we got together.
So yeah, she liked me.
So I said, let's have coffee.
And it was just coffee. Swear. It was just coffee.
Just coffee. It was just coffee. Okay, so.
Just coffee.
Okay, so our family dynamic is us, the two parents.
We have 4 kids.
We have 4 children.
I have 4 biological kids. We together have 3 biological kids. But when Ethan is home, it's like we have 4 kids.
Because we do. Yeah. So that leads to the next question of, since we've been in Florida, where's the eldest son?
Because Ethan is with his mother, where he's supposed to be, because a child, what we believe, is the first is first inclination is the mother, and you cannot separate a child from his mother.
He's with his mom, and you'll see him probably soon. This is always a fun one because the question comes up of what ethnicity are you? No one has yet to been able to place your accent. Where are you from? What's your nationality, sir? You like the spotlight on you a little bit?
I'm getting the spotlight on me for the first kind of time. All right. So I born in Lithuania. It's a Baltic country, but I moved from there when I was
A baby, right?
according to my grandma. We came to Israel when I was 5 months minus 4 days. In 2000, I came here to the United States. I came to New York. I wasn't planning to stay in New York, but I met my first wife at work.
So basically, what you hear is a very muddled Israeli accent.
Yeah.
In some ways,
And some Russians, like there is some of, I guess, my Russian accent.
Yeah, I think in some ways you say some things in a very sort of Israeli way, but you have an interesting grasp of the English language where you speak in the rhythm of English more so than you do of Hebrew. So it's very funny. Someone might have more accurate English, but they speak in the rhythm of the other language, so they sound it sounds so much more foreign. But because you have the music of English in your ear, you have a good ear, you have the music of the language more so.
I got it from her.
I don't know that you did, but
I did.
But it's funny. It really muddles your accent. It's hard to tell.
Did we mention that I'm Jewish and she's Christian? Do-do-do! We live in peace. I swear.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. There you go.
There was also asked where are we from before NYC? So you did answer that. I am actually also Canadian. I came to New York also in the early 2000s.
Well, Canadian with also American roots and Antiguan roots.
Well,
So
yes,
it's like
but
you're all over the place.
all over the place. Essentially, my family's from the Caribbean. My parents come from the lovely island of Antigua, and when they
Antigans! Yeah!
Okay, so when they immigrated, and much of my mom's family either were in the islands or came to the U.S., she and my dad went to Canada, so I actually spent a lot of time in New York coming for summers, so it was always fun. So it wasn't such a stretch for me to come to New York. I came for work. So it was from Toronto. I went from a big city to a bigger city, and so here we are.
I'm also from a big city. I'm from Tel Aviv, Jaffa, Tel Aviv.
Why we chose to live in NYC. We're obviously not there now, but why we chose to
Well,
live
New York was so much fun. By the way, thumbs up. What's his name? Thumbs up, Cash Jordan. If you see this, listen, you're doing a great job covering what got so wrong in New York. I came to New York in the year 2000. New York was all about having fun, and we had a lot of fun here.
and chasing dreams.
Yes,
It's very much so.
yeah, exactly. The energy in New York was completely different. Like I remember my first impression going to Bryant Park, and there was a line from 6th Avenue all the way to 5th Avenue, and I was wondering what this line all about. And I found out that was a line for an ice cream place, and people were just waiting there, talking, enjoying their time, and waiting to get their ice cream. And no one was in a rush. So it doesn't mean that New York wasn't like fast all the time, but New York had a lot of beautiful thing to it.
New York it's a special place. I have
Yeah.
to admit it.
I miss it.
I also miss it. It's a fun place to live. It's great. It's really hard to have a family there. You know, no lie about that.
Yeah,
It is tough. But even the kids, there's plenty of things that they also miss about it. Not that we're not enjoying Florida, but we do miss the city, and
Yep,
we
we
miss what we love about it. So we are now in South Florida on the Atlantic side, and it's very nice.
It's nice. It's beautiful. The going to the beach in the morning, Did I say it right? Beach?
Yes.
Okay, because I can say...
Yes. You said beach. It was
So
accurate.
it was good.
It was good.
I can do those mistakes. Where are we?
Anywho, okay, so yes, why did we move to Florida?
I would say the beach is great and it's like lovely to go to in the morning with the family, spend like an hour and a half in the beach, and then go home, take a shower, get ready to work. Weather-wise, it's amazing. For me, it's very close to Israel. Like, and I guess in Antiguan people like the heat.
So, now that we're in Florida, do we have any plans to go back to New York City?
Yes.
Do we have clear plans to go back to New York City?
Okay, my heart feels yes. My future don't know, because thumbs up to...
You're gonna say Cash Jordan again?
Thumbs up to Cash Jordan for this amazing work. Maybe someone can hear that and see that, and we'll start working on making New York great again. Amazing. Okay, make New York amazing again. Does it sound like New York great? Like that's for sure gonna be.
Yeah, you know, I think that we're not close to any possibilities. I think we both still have our heart
In New York.
in the Northeast.
True, we have, I do have my heart. My son is there.
Yes, and we both have a lot of extended family.
Yes.
Up
My
there.
mother lives there. My sister there lives there. My niece lives there. There's a big family that lives there that I don't know. Her family, I mean. Okay, story. So we are in the park in New York, by the library. You remember?
Yeah, in Prospect Park.
And I'm walking and I'm looking at that woman and like she looks a little bit like Patrice. Guess what? That was Patrice's
cousin. It was
which I never met.
But she's like a second cousin. I have a very large extended family, so the joke growing up was every time we came to New York, I always met a new cousin. So it's this is the family members I haven't met yet. Like so to say that, and I have my family up in Canada, so we're at a pretty big distance here. But we are also really coming to know and enjoy what is this sort of Floridian life, this chill, relax, slower pace of things, and just going with the flow.
Which I love.
Very nice.
I actually really love seeing the kids actually playing in the water, and like just the whole energy reminds me my childhood, and for me to give them this.
Well, and to your point, it's funny because it reminds you of your child, but it also reminds me not of my childhood, not in Canada, no, we didn't have that, but of my mom's childhood. Growing up, and she would tell me stories. She has told us.
Yeah, I heard stories.
Stories of her father taking all the kids, in the early morning to the beach before he would go to work. Yeah. To take them for a swim to start the day, and
That's beautiful. That's
kind of the thing that Gil likes to do with our kids. And please tell us how you guys are adjusting the downside to Florida, the move, how we feel. How was the move?
So I can sum it up very easy. Basically, you just look at the half full cup wherever you are. When you are in New York, you look at the half full cup of New York. Now, you can see New York, a different set of eyes will see New York in completely different way.
Glass half full.
Glass half full. That's what I would say. So we are enjoying Florida with everything that it has to offer.
The move was hard. Moving is always hard, and moving is a miserable thing to have to do.
And not just, let me remind you, it's not just the home. It's a business, and it's kind of two businesses. It's like our media content business. We'll introduce our name soon. We have that, and we have daylight window treatment.
Kids are adapting well. They're enjoying the warm weather. Sometimes they complain about the heat, but again, there's always something. We were very much celebrating when we got down here that every time you go outside, you don't have to get your shoes and your coat and your sweater and your hat and your gloves and your scarf and it would take us 20 minutes to get out the door anytime we're going anywhere. And then now it's like it's too hot. But like you said, there are pros and cons to everywhere, and I think it's just a matter of attitude towards it. And when we were in New York City, all we did was look for the beauty in where we lived and found the enjoyment where we can find it. And there's always going to be hardships no matter where you go. And I think we're doing the same thing here. you know, it's a different environment, and we're finding the joys in what is beautiful here. So thanks for sticking around with us. If you made it this far, you're awesome, and thanks for hanging with us.
Give us that thumbs up. It's a big production. You want to buy us coffee? No? No? Fine. You still watch. It's still going to be for free. You don't have to give us coffee. Only if you want to.
You know, we do appreciate you very much, and we love connecting with you. So we'll see you again soon in our next video.
Bye!
Don't forget, family. Shut it down.
That's a wrap.